Alright, a couple things I want to get out of the way before we get started with Deondre Thomas's suggestion here. So, I recently moved my entire PC setup from what I'm now using as my storage room into the main room, and I didn't realize, upon attempting twice to record Deondre Thomas's next suggestion here, that it was recording off of my secondary monitor and picking up none of the gameplay, so I'm having to do this a third time. That out of the way though, I'm glad that I did it anyway, because now I no longer have to sit and bake in that small room there. It gets really freaking hot and muggy in there for some reason, and it's annoying as hell. So, I'm just glad to be out of there. Moving on, we have another suggestion by Deondre Thomas. Just going to quickly go over the deck. And I'm going to be doing the same battles that I failed at recording the last time. So first we're going to start off with Battle 15, which should be Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, then Super Gogeta, Battle number 2, and then we're going to finish off with Ultra Instinct Goku, Battle number 13. Spoiler warning. So just going to quickly go over the deck here. Bardock, figure number 277, speed up A, defense up A, ultimate gauge on every turn. I personally don't think he's that great of a figure. I'm biased though because I just personally prefer his Super Saiyan 3 version, the slower one. And even then I like putting all HP into that one and just keeping him safe behind Piccolo when I'm using him. Just build up his attack. Because then he becomes like a seriously threatening off-tank at that point in the game. But anyway, I would have replaced this one personally with Super Gogeta just to fully utilize Pikkon, who's also in the deck. And it's the Thunder Flash one. Then we have what I think is one of the new best figures in the game, and he's not even a UR, but I think he is definitely UR worthy. Imagine if he could get to level 99 and have 10 out of 10. This figure would be snapped as all hell. So, EX40 Cooler Final Form. Very, very great figure. Now, the EX1 has plus 350 to own defense and plus 500 to own speed. That's repeatable. And when placed after turn 3, you get plus 1000 to own attack, plus 5% to damage dealt, and minus 350 defense to all opponents on the field. And that's repeatable. That's really freaking good. And look at his stats, they're all around really good. Good enough HP, more than good enough I would say. Great attack, and I put 6 dupes into attack, so he has just over 7k. He's almost hitting 3.5k speed. And when he's placed on the field, he's going to hit that anyway. He's going to hit past that. But anyway, ADM up B, ultimate gauge on every turn, and ultimate gauge up turn 4. Then we have the original UR Piccolo, who's still relevant to this day. It's amazing how good he still is. People are still using him. And he came out as soon as Hero Colosseum did. But anyway, this one I have duped on the defense, just because I don't see any defensive skills on here in his suggestion, other than his opposing skill. Plus, that's really freaking overpowered, I think, to have over 2k defense turn 1 and over 10k HP. So that's why I'm doing that as well. Attack up damage, FHP cure, FHP 50L, and speed up damage. Then we have the attack version of Vados. I personally think the other one's a lot better, especially if you dupe it all into HP and are using it as on a SEC team, but again, I'm biased, so just ignore that. With defense up F, ADM up A, and FHP cure, FHP 50L. Then finally, Thunder Flash Pikkon with attack up F, ADM up F, and speed up F. I have not used either Pikkon very much, but again, if I were going to be using this one, I would personally want to fully utilize that other part of his trigger square with Super Gogeta. But it's not really that huge a loss, so it's fine. It's just something to think about. To give things off, though, we have Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and it's funny, his free battle, in general, is definitely the easier one to do. One of the best free battles to grind out Mastery XP from. This one and Blue Evolution. Blue Evolution is better if you have the figures for it. You kind of need to have the deck in order to comfortably get through Blue Evolution consistently and farm the hell out of the XP from that free battle, because it's definitely a lot harder than this one. We're going to start building up Bardock. So, not a whole lot to be said too much about Bardock. I mean, he's okay. I'd put him at just, you know, okay. I personally think NZ Goku's better. Again, I've already said that his HP version of Super Saiyan 3 is better. All comes down to preference. I don't know. I cannot see myself for the life of me using this Bardock figure outside of like suggestions and that sort of thing, but that's fine. And that's actually another reason why I look forward to a lot of your guys' suggestions, is because I often get to experiment with figures I don't normally run. I also see setups that, well, you don't very often see elsewhere. We'll do another turn here, and then we'll worry about putting Cooler on the field. So, if you want to, you could start building up Cooler right away. I like to just play it safe, though, and not put him on the field until, like, turn 3. Because at that point, that's where he really starts kicking into gear, and he'll get plus 1,000 to his own attack right then and there. Then he'll start adding to his defense and speed as well. At that point, Bardock's already built up some. And you don't even really need to be that paranoid to play that safe, unless you're fighting something like Blue Super Vegito, or Kid Buu, or Few. I forget who else attacks in a column. I want to say 1 or 2 more figures do that too. And I'm still just patiently waiting, like everyone else, for DLC 13 to come out, because as soon as that does, going to be getting myself all of those New York figures, get the list unlocked, and then at that point I will be doing a video showcasing all the figures in one video for everyone, along with the character skills. And all the free battles. Which, come to think of it, I haven't shown any of the Conton City free battles from DLC 12 yet. And I'm sorry about that, I just kind of lost interest in them. But let me know if you guys would like to see that in the comments down below, I guess. I wouldn't mind doing them. One thing I also want to preface, again, it really helps me if ahead of time when you're making these suggestions, just tell me how to run the deck. I mean, I'll probably be able to figure it out, just, you know, I want to run your decks properly, so. In the future, when you're leaving a suggestion, I'm going to request that you leave at least some general ideas so I know what I'm doing ahead of time when I get to doing your suggestion, because I don't want to make myself or anyone look like an idiot, basically. Okay, very good. I'll get to ult here. And, why not? I'm gonna do it with Pycon here. I'm gonna put Cooler over here to just block the left. Should be fine, and be able to outspeed easily. I'm also drinking again tonight, if you couldn't tell, because of my stupid-ass stuttering. I'm on my 4th one right now. And unfortunately, it's the last of what I had in the fridge. Oh well. Alright, battle number 2. That'll be Super Gogeta. Also, I want to say right now, this is a very well put together deck. Again, just one change that I would make, one really big change to it. You don't really need Bardock, in my opinion. Instead, just put on, like, get the, either the new, Super Gogeta, or even maybe, because they share the same trigger squares, you could maybe even put Kefla on there for the hell of it. Actually, no, you probably should just go with the, you probably should just go with the Gogeta. Just utilize Pycon's, skill. But then, of course, you run into the issue of no one else would be covering the back middle. If it really had to come down to it, I would say maybe just don't have Pycon on there, replace him. Oh, boy. But then again... Yep, no one else would be covering the upper left. Oh, well. I don't know what I would do, honestly. It'd be a whole entire change-up. But again, this is your suggestion and not mine. It just irks the hell out of me, personally, whenever I see a character skill and there's another part of it and it doesn't get utilized. You know what actually would be a good replacement, I think? Come to think of it, for, like, if I were to get rid of Pycon, I would just put him in there Energy Goku. It'd be more of a defensive setup for sure, but at that point, you could replace, Bardock if you wanted to with the other, better, in my opinion, Bardock, the Super Saiyan 3 one, or even Kefla. Or Videl, since it seems like this deck is trying to go first a lot of the time. Just some options to think about. This is fine as is, though. And I can't remember. Is this turn 2? Okay, it is turn 2. We're good. And that right there is why I used the harder hitting Vados with everything to do in the defense. Because she just cannot take a hit as well as her other version. That's the great thing about the other version. You don't even need to put anything at all into her defense or attack. You can just keep chipping away at the opponent with her and put everything in HP. And with defense up second, she's getting nearly 4,000 defense anyway. It's ridiculous how good she is. Also, I definitely heavily underestimated the amount of utility that the defense stat gives you, because someone, I don't remember the name of them because it was such a while ago, but they were saying that defense is a lot more potent than HP. And I would say it depends on the HP and the defense stats of the figure, but yeah, I will agree. In general, you're going to be absorbing a lot more damage with the defense stat, I think. It's just personally, my biggest thing with that is there are so many great figures in the game that hit hard and ignore defense. Just to name a couple right off the bat, there's Beerus, that SR version of Dragon Ball Super Broly. Of course it's random and you have to get lucky and hope it's one of the figures in front, but still. There are a couple others that definitely ignore defense. They're just not coming to mind right now. It's for that reason alone why I personally prefer to just play around with the HP stat more than the defense one. You know, if they have a decent enough as is HP pool, though, then I will definitely put dupes into their defense. That's why I have, you know, done that for both Vados and Piccolo here. And wow, Vados just barely lived. And that sucks. But you know what's funny about this? I'm just going to put Piccolo on the field by himself. Piccolo's just barely going to live. And I'm barely going to take any master damage. Or not. Gogeta's up there, not Janemba. Because last time when I was recording this, and then, again, I was recording the other screen without realizing like an idiot, Janemba got the ult, so let's see how this goes, I guess. Hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, that's definitely worse than last time. I'm not gonna worry about putting, you know, I'll just put Vados on the field. Fuck it. Alright, hopefully I'll get to go first here. I don't see why I wouldn't. Never mind. I keep forgetting Hercule. Thankfully, though, my opponent got screwed on the speed wheel. It's nice when it happens to them for a change. And of course, Hercule's dead, but they still get the ultimate for that. That's fine, though. Thor's gonna be able to clean up here. He is so freaking good, honestly. Like, just in general, this is a really great SR figure. I've seen him hit, like, 12k before. He's nuts. Alright, next up, we have our last free battle for the day, which is 13. That should be Ultra Instinct Goku. Yep, there we go. I'm hoping DLC 13 is going to be really good. And that, if anything, we get Ultra Instinct Omen Goku and Full Power Jiren is for free, honestly, because unless they get significantly changed up, because what the hell, we already have, you know, Jiren and Ultra Instinct mastered in the game. That'd be really scummy, in my opinion, to charge for either of those characters. Plus, it's more expensive than DLC 12, so in my opinion, there's no excuse unless they're adding more to it, which I'm hoping they are. I'm hoping we're also getting, because they kind of teased it in the last Content City broadcast, I'm hoping we might also get Base Form Gogeta just for the hell of it, and possibly Wrath Broly. I wouldn't mind having both of those included, frankly. Of course, that also opens up another whole can of worms, like Second Form Frieza, Second Form Cell, Super Android 13, Boo-Tanks, Full Power Bojack, things like that. Yeah, I personally wouldn't mind seeing Hachiyak come into the game, but I have no idea what the legal reasons or the copyright is like with him. Because I know that was definitely Japanese exclusive. We did not get a Western translation for that. I don't think very many people in the community know about Plan to Eradicate the Saiyans. I could be wrong. Or Plan to Eradicate the Super Saiyans, whatever it was called. It was really cool seeing him, though, in Raging Blast 2, even though all of his moves, all the animations pretty much look identical for each of his moves. To be fair, though, I mean, that's all he really did in the movie. He just crossed his arms. That was really it. And it's funny, too, because they also had Tarble in there, and he was playable, and we didn't see him do anything at all in Yo Son Goku and his friends return. And you know, it's funny what you can do with his, so, this is Tarble's ultimate. He calls in his Saiyan ship, and blows it up on the opponent, and you can spam it, and while I'm doing that with him, the thing that was nagging me in the back of my mind was like, okay, where the hell's Tarble getting all these Saiyan ships from? I thought he just came in one and that was it. I don't know, it was just sort of something funny to think about when I was playing with him at the time. which apparently they're, as of recent, they're doing modding in that game now, which is pretty cool. Like, I've seen a working Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta mod. It's just a hair color change, really, but still looks really good. One thing I'm going to give that game crap for, though, is looking back at it, the combat and the movement is really, really stiff when you're looking at this game. Because a lot of the time when you're rushing up to your opponent, like up close in Raging Blast 2, you're kind of stuck in place there, just doing a combo. It looks stiff and awkward as hell to me. I definitely had my fun with that game, though. I even went as far as unlocking all the custom skills for everyone, all the artwork. That took a while, man. I did all the side battle modes. It was a great time. That was a fun game. Would be interesting to see if they made a third one. But I don't think that's going to happen for that series or this one. Yeah, why don't you put Cooler on the left? And I'm sorry if this pisses off anyone in the comments. I think this SR Cooler is better than that UR Golden Frieza, in my personal opinion. Because, yes, you can put Golden Frieza on the field by himself with 01 skills, and he'll put in work, but it's not really that much. His damage dealt when he's on the field by himself with 01 skills is not that significant. It's good enough, but they're just better options now. And even then, I think that's where he's at his most useful. Otherwise, like, when he's put on the field with allies, it's really easy to take care of him. I think he goes in the back left and upper middle, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't used that UR Golden Frieza in ages now. But look at these stats. That is really good, and that's also partly because of attack up damage and speed up damage. Because of that, Cooler's been getting just a lot stronger as the game goes on. These are very underrated skills in my opinion. You just gotta have them on a really beefy unit like Piccolo here. And just to play it safe, I'm gonna go ahead and do the ultimate with Piccolo. And thankfully I did that. That was a good call, because now I can take care of Golden Frieza. I don't have to worry about him being on the field by himself now. I doubt I'm going to have enough to kill 17 with Vados, but we'll see. Look at that number. He's an SR figure and he can hit that hard. That's really nothing to scoff at. He's amazing. Another figure who I think is still really good, but just not as good, is the SR version of Kaba. He's another really decent one. I've gone over him a couple times. That's pretty much going to do it for the vid, though. I thank you again, Deondre Thomas, for yet another one of your suggestions. I have another one by Mattias Sacchetti coming up in the near future. And I think I'm done as far as posting those Parallel Quest 122 and 146 vids. You know, the 146 ones I did recently with both Super Saiyan 4 Custom Goku and Vegeta was just for the hell of it. Because I wanted to make bookend. Initially, I even recorded those a while back, and then I decided to scrap it. But then I brought it back after I got done doing that with my buddy TF Trevor. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough. I thank you all for stopping by and for watching, and I'll see you later. Peace.